Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So here, the verse number 21 and 22, Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, Arjuna Vacha, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Radham Sthabayame Achyuta, Yavad Eda Nirikshayaham Yodo Kaman Avastida. Khair Maya Sahayodavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame. So Arjuna is telling here, please take my chariot in between two parties, two armies. Radham sthabhayame achyuta. Place my chariot, please. Yavad eda niriksheham. So that I can see. Niriksha. Niriksha means I can see who are all there. Who are all came there. To yodo kaman avastita. With a desire to fight. Who are the yodo means the soldiers, commanders, the relatives who are all came there, desiring to sahayodavyam. Sahayodavyam means maya sahayodavyam. With me, who are all came there with a desire to fight against the Pandavas. Asmin Rana Samudyame. Rana means the battlefield. So that I can actually make an attempt to find what is going on there. So this is the Pandavas' mood. Pandavas are actually devotees of the Lord. Therefore, they have the qualities of devotees. All qualities are actually there. Now they want to actually see Arjun here. So now, every time Kauravas treated them, they always took a chance. Now let us find what is in their heart. Let us undergo the suffering so that we will find out what is going on in their heart. When they were sent to Varnava and the house was set fire on moon day, after that they escaped from that place and remained hidden for several years. So now they wanted to find what is in their heart, the enemy's heart, Kaurava's heart. So what they are trying to establish by doing all these things to us. This was the mood. For that purpose, they were ready to give up their own comfort in the palace. So the palace life doesn't matter to them. Because when one goes to Gurukul, they were trained to live in all conditions of life, all weathers of life. If they can actually live with a minimum requirement, that is also great. Opulences are always there. Renunciation is difficult. But the Gurukul style of education to teach them how to be detached from the material comfort of life. So therefore, the devotees of the Lord, whether they are in the Oberoi or Taj Hotel, or they have only 10 by 5 square feet. So, that is our training. We can actually be in any situation. We do not need to have all this comfortable life. Because we were trained like that. It's like Lord Ramachandra. When he was the prince, his spiritual master was actually teaching him that in the future you may have to go to the forest, we don't know. So you have to, the training in such a way that you may not even have shoes. So that is Lord Ramachandra's lifestyle. So they actually lived 14 years. The same thing what Pandavas underwent, this same thing Lord Ramachandra underwent. What Lord Ramachandra underwent, the same thing Pandavas are also underwent. And they have all gone through all calamities. They were not allowed to enter into the cities. Mandra made such a policy, just like Shaguni made such a policy. Mandra also made such a policy. with Kaikeyi. He said that make sure that he doesn't live a comfortable life while he is in the forest. Why? Because if Sita conceive babies, that they will come here asking for the throne. All have to be in a sanely austere life. Why? Because she knew that when children comes, they will be the next heir, because he is the oldest son, Lord Ramachandra. So in the same way, Shaguni is also making sure that they should not enter to any places where they can create their own friends and armies. So they have to live a very austere life. So here Arjuna is actually saying, let me actually see guys who have come here desiring to fight. Pandavas always have gone through their difficult situation and have taken it very easily. But Duryodhana cannot do that, because he was a bogey. He drinks, he eats meat, he did all kinds of things. When then tried to capture that Gandharva woman, and Pandavas had to actually protect while they were in the exile. They had to go and protect this fellow. So he has done all kinds of things. Duryodhana means, the best of all sense enjoyers. So that enjoyment he wants from Indraprastha, because seeing the Indraprastha, his consciousness is actually blew away. And such a useless piece of land we have given to them, and they made such Indraprastha. So he wants to snatch everything away. Now, instead of fighting against these ruthless people called Kauravas, whoever observed fully the injustice they did in the royal assembly hall to Draupadi, Panjali, still knowing all these things, such a humiliation. Everyone, if she is actually not supported by Krishna, she would have committed suicide for such an insult, calling her prostitute because you are wife of five husbands. How can you actually be a great chaste lady? All these comments. Come and sit on my, thigh. You are my maidservant. You have no independence. All these things were taught. Now Arjuna is telling, I want to see who are these guys. He already knew, but he wants to see them personally. So therefore, he requested Lord Krishna to drive the chariot and put in between. And they were all watching, what is these two guys doing there in between the battlefield? They are also unable to see so much, because two parties are in two different sides. There's a vast space between one another, right? So they also didn't know these two guys are riding the chariot and coming in between, standing there, what they are looking upon. So, and Krishna listened to everything, and he drove the chariot and put the chariot in between the armies. And now he wants to actually listen to what Arjuna has to say after he see the entire army. So the Lord Krishna is an obedient boy, servant. He executed his devotees' orders. So once Nanda Maharaj said, I want to see your son, what service he can do for me. The son was so little, he was about 1 or 2 years old. So Yashoda Maya called, Krishna, your father is going out for the Panchayat meeting. Please bring his shoes. So Krishna went inside and carried his papa's shoes, put it on his head, and carried to his dad. So, such a beautiful personality, beautiful Lord. He carried his father's shoes on his own head and brought to his father. And father happily accepted. Oh, your Krishna is actually doing wonderful service. Right? When you have children, you may want your children to do some service for you. Bring this, bring that, bring this. And they actually bring it. And it is a pleasure, right? So you think that is a real, great happiness. Not a real happiness, great happiness even. So here, Krishna actually does all these things. Whatever he wants for the gopis, he actually provides. Whatever 16,108 wives wanted, Krishna provided. Whatever his friends wanted, Krishna provided. Krishna, we are hungry, get some butter and sweet meats from here. They may be playing in some jungle. And Krishna become obligated. Oh, my friends are actually hungry. Let us go and steal from somewhere. And Lord actually makes the arrangement to go and get some food from somewhere. And some of the gopis, they keep the butter so high, almost touching the ceiling, so that the Krishna will not come here and steal our butter and yogurt. So Krishna in any way goes and take it. Sometimes they keep it in a dark room. The sun will not even enter there. Whether it's the daytime or nighttime, Krishna in any way enters. Why? Because from Krishna's body, the Brahman effulgence comes. The part of small Brahman effulgence is the sunshine. So when he has in his body full of lights, there is no need for light. If we want to go, we take our cell phone and turn on the torch and go and actually see things when there is no electricity. But Krishna doesn't need to. His jewels give so much shine, and his body gives so much shine. And the aura behind the Supreme Lord is the cause of all his energies. All his energies are conserved in there. Therefore, whenever Krishna desires, the energy pops up in his Brahman effulgence. It's called aura, halo, right? So from there, it actually pops up, execute Krishna's service. All multifarious energies, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and Tadastha Shakti, all are there. They are just detectives to serve the Lord wherever and whenever the Lord actually desires. The energies helps them to serve. This is Krishna. That Krishna, who is the commander of the Vaishnavas, being commanded by the devotees, and Krishna is carrying the chariot of Arjuna to show them who are there to fight against the Pandavas. So we thank you.